Good afternoon, nerds around the world. It's Paul, joined by Caleb and Chris. Gentlemen, good afternoon.
Hey,
What's up, buddy?
going on?
All right, so guys, it's Wednesday. It's an impromptu hangout. We got huge news to talk about. That's why we're here. So let's get started with this big one. The final Avengers trailer for Age of Ultron has dropped today. We all saw it earlier today, and oh my God, we could not be more pumped to see this film. It is a mere 2 months away, but we want it to be made first right now. This is a film we'll probably see at least 5 times. We're all jumping for joy. So, Caleb, give me your reaction to this trailer.
Oh man, this trailer was amazing. Like I was already excited for this movie. Obviously, I was gonna see this movie opening day. I'm so excited. I mean, my God, it looks awesome. The action looks amazing. The story looks unbelievable. It looks so much tighter than the first one. Like the first one was just like, well, here are the Avengers, and that's why it was good. This one just feels like Joss Whedon just went back to the drawing board and he made it darker and grittier and like not too gritty. So has the humor in there, obviously, but
Yeah,
Ultron looks badass.
that he does.
And everyone, spoiler, like we talk about spoilers in this. So if you haven't seen the trailer, watch the trailer and then watch us. You see Vision. Vision, that's pretty cool. I mean,
Very cool.
I was not expecting that. So, all in all, Paul, great trailer. Cannot wait for this movie. I mean, my God, there's a reason that it was number 2 on my list, and only because it wasn't going to beat out Star Wars. But
Yeah.
All
right. Chris, pardon my French, but you looked like for a moment you were about to orgasm with excitement. So I assume you thrilled with all.
Are you having a seizure over there, Chris?
Your reaction to the trailer?
My goodness. I mean, this was like, what was displayed here was nothing short of epic, This looks much richer in look than the previous film. It looks like a movie, where the previous film looked like it was shot like a television series. But this looks like an actual film. James Spader brings in a creepy and intimidating presence to Ultron. He's just gonna that voice just sends chills down your spine.
Oh yes.
Yes, it's just like, oh my God, this is like, it looks more dramatic and much more exciting. It is like, it seems like the plot is going to be more evolving than the previous film. It's like you're actually going to, it's like you're actually going to care about these characters again. It's just like, it's not like you didn't care about them in the first film, but there's a lot more. It seems there's a lot more at stake here than in the previous film. Just
Right.
And the shot of Vision in the end. Sign me up.
All right, down, boy.
Paulie?
Oh, you know what? I was hearing somewhere that the Back to the Future DeLorean is being auctioned off. If that thing actually worked, I would love to buy it and then time travel 2 months into the future because I want to see this film now.
Yes.
Now.
And then I want to live in the theater and watch it all summer.
Man.
It looks that anticipating.
This probably is going to jet up to number 3 on my top 10 most anticipated.
Wow.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, wow. That's actually surprisingly low. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Avengers trailer, fucking awesome. Can't wait for that. But let's get to the main reason why we're here. We got Spider-Man news to talk about. So up next, according to a report from uproxxmovies.com, with additional confirmation from Latino Review, they have confirmed through a source at Sony Pictures that Drew Goddard, who is expected to write the Sinister Six film, will write and direct the upcoming Spider-Man reboot franchise. In addition, there is additional news to report on this. This film franchise has been expected to be named the Spectacular Spider-Man film franchise.
Ooh.
It's going to be a trilogy that will contain 3 films and be released over consecutive summers.
Huh.
So, in addition to that, this film is expected to. Sorry, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. All right. So Latino Review has a full statement from the source. According to this report, Latino Review has a full statement from the source, but here's the big stuff. No new origin story. Spidey is going to exist from the beginning, taken as a
Thank the
given.
Lord.
New actor, probably an unknown, specifically based in high school, and they want to be able to grow up into the role. The thought being, if this works, Spidey can do multiple trilogies for years, a la Harry Potter. A major part of the first film will involve Spider-Man fighting Iron Man and then trying to pass the audition to join the Avengers.
Ooh.
And then the first film will coming together with the thought to later maybe spin them off. So, that's the big news. While that is still on, the Aunt May film is off. It's done. That's done, thank God.
Oh, thank the Lord.
So, guys, that's the big news regarding this. This is confirmation. This is not rumor, this is confirmation. So, Chris, you're up first. Give me your thoughts on this.
Drew, well, I mean, I couldn't even be more pleased with the choice they have for this, to helm this project. Drew Goddard, I mean, of course, as we all know, directed A Cabin in the Woods. He's
right,
pretty much,
and he wrote that with Josh Whedon. So
yeah, I mean, it's like he's pretty much a protege of Josh Whedon.
That's good news.
Yes, I mean he seems like a natural fit into this. This actually seems like a character to which he can flex his muscles on, and I don't think it's pretty hard to see why. As for who's going to campaign for, as far as to who's going to play the role,
we will get to in a moment.
But yeah,
rumor.
Yeah, rumor. Yeah.
So yeah,
I would have preferred something like Matt Reeves stretching his muscles on this. But Drew Goddard, take him. He's like, the solid choice. I mean, just absolutely, it's just like the perfect choice. I mean, perfect choice to tackle this project. And this is probably going to be like his first big budget production, I believe.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is like Drew Goddard. Drew Goddard, director of Spider-Man. Yeah,
sounds good.
Could be more excited,
That's right.
Caleb, stay with us for a little bit longer, okay? Give me your thoughts on this.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm excited. I mean, I kind of feel like this is kind of like Marvel throwing him a bone because, again, he was supposed to do Sinister Six, and that's now off, I believe. So,
no, it's not officially. Like I said, it's the first film is going to involve the Sinister Six coming together with the thought to later maybe spin them off. So there's still a chance we could see a Sinister Six film.
So they're going to be in the first Spider-Man film?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, the lineup could be different as opposed to what we were rumored to get when we got those, sneaks at the end of Amazing Spider-Man.
Well, all I know is from what you read, Paul, it sounds like Marvel has a plan, So there's that thing where you know what you're going to do with your character and what you're going to do in your films, and you don't just shove everything in one. Marvel knows what they're doing. They know how they're going to do it. I trust that they trust this guy. And again, he is close with Josh Whedon. He is he learned from Josh. So I'm excited about that, and that's probably why he's in because he kind of has the foot in the door. Josh can go to Kevin Feige and say, hey, this guy knows what he's doing. He's gonna take care of you. Don't worry about it.
Yes, indeed.
I'm just excited. That sounds exciting. Okay, so he's gonna get introduced in Civil War, and then
That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, it's possible to see Spider-Man first in the Captain America Civil War.
Right, which is gonna happen because he's a huge part of the storyline.
Yes.
And then you see him in his solo movie auditioning for the Avengers. That sounds cool.
Yes.
I really like the sound of that. That sounds interesting.
Also fighting Iron Man. I don't know what that can become of that.
Well, Robert Downey Jr. said some cool things, Paul. He says he's not sure what's going on in terms of an Iron Man 4, but he said that he wants to play Iron Man more, so he could jump around to other franchises and other movies, which is awesome.
Yes, indeed.
Because if you think about it, Paul, he's still gonna get paid top dollar because he's still Robert Downey Jr.
Oh yeah.
And he loves playing the character, yet he doesn't want to hold his own movie anymore. So he just bounces around. That's fine. It's interesting. The story sounds cool. It's something that we haven't seen yet. And all these, and we will get to we think and who we want to play him in a second. I mean, we've gone over this ad nauseum, probably, but it's because it's Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's my third favorite superhero of all time. Well, he's your number 2, probably, right? Or is he your number 1?
Number 1 is Goku. You know that. Number 2 is Spider-Man.
I mean, like DC, Marvel superheroes.
All right, as far as though just DC and Marvel only, then yes, Spider-Man's number 1.
Spider-Man's number 1, okay. So I mean, he's number 3 on my list behind Batman and Green Arrow. He's number 3. I'm excited. I'm hoping to have great. I mean, Spider-Man 2, I would say, is the best Spider-Man film.
Hands down.
I don't think it's a great film, like a great superhero film. I'm hoping we get a great Spider-Man film. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm excited. So
yes. For anyone, if you'd like to know a little more about Drew Goddard, everybody. So he left. He directed, as Chris pointed out, he did direct Cabin in the Woods. He also has writing credits on Cloverfield, World War Z, Lost, and the new Daredevil series coming out on Netflix next month.
Interesting. Oh, okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So, yes, there's that. So, as I said, Peter Parker was going to be a high schooler. If everything goes well, we'll see Peter evolve into adult over a series of trilogies. That should be very interesting. All right, so that's the confirmation news. Let's get to this rumor provided by Caleb Coletti of Movie Pilot Superheroes. This is how it opens. Apparently, Dylan O'Brien is our Spider-Man. It's still a rumor at this point, but I believe it's 75% likely to be true given the circumstances. The circumstances happen to be that the guy who reported this is also the same guy who reported the Sony leaks about Spider-Man joining the MCU. What he had to say was, Dylan O'Brien is pretty much our Spider-Man from the look of things. A source tells me he gave Sony the audition of his life, who, by the way, absolutely loved what they saw from him. Amy Pascal and team knew they had their Spider-Man. They started leaning towards O'Brien over Lerman when they figured Dylan had a better grasp and feel of the tone they were going for. Mind you, anything can happen until the official announcement, which is expected to be either March 5th or sometime in mid-March to early April. So, again, this is not official. Or at least nothing that I've read that says it's official, but sounds like it's a strong rumor. Apparently Dylan O'Brien is, like Andrew Garfield, is a huge Spider-Man fan. He said, I would love to tackle this role. So I guess the big question goes, how do we all feel about this? Like I said, I don't know Dylan O'Brien a whole lot. I don't watch Teen Wolf. I have no interest in the Maze Runner series, so I don't know too much about him. Maybe that's a good thing, but I would prefer to see Logan Lerman. I prefer to see Logan Lerman in the role. I've talked about it. He's my number 1 choice. I love him in the Percy Jackson film. He's been branching out. He did Fury with Brad Pitt recently, so
great movie.
That would be my preference. But I mean, we'll see what happens. So, Caleb, give me your thoughts. If that turns out to be the case, what do you think?
He's a pretty boy. I mean, he's another Andrew Garfield probably. He might be a great Spider-Man. Is he going to be a great Peter Parker though in high school? That the really nerdy guy probably.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think that's the big reason that I wanted Logan Lerman for a little, because he doesn't look like a superstar. He looks like a normal everyday person. Like, you saw him walking down the street, you wouldn't think there was anything special about this guy. You wouldn't think, wow, this guy's going to stand out in a crowd and all that stuff. Yeah, so that's kind of a big reason I was going with.
Like you said, I mean, Dylan O'Brien hasn't been in much, but he was in the Maze Runner. That's pretty much it, you know. Yeah, he was on TV. That's great, but he hasn't really broke out. I mean, maybe this could be his big breakout role in a movie. I mean, and again, I mean, he might have a grasp on the character, but again, it's not. I mean, we'll see. I mean, okay, I just want to emphasize to everybody. Movie Pilot is like hit or miss, okay? Movie Pilot is very unreliable, so just everyone don't be jumping on us because of that. We're just talking about it because it's rumored at this point. I mean, it could be true and it could be not be true. Let's just get that out of the way. But I don't know. I feel we haven't had somebody that has grasped like both sides. You know, there's been like I thought that Tobey Maguire was a great Peter Parker, but a
could have been better as Spider-Man.
Yeah, and Andrew Garfield was a great Spider-Man, but he was not so great as Peter Parker. I mean, it's hard.
I hated him as Peter Parker.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
I hope we find someone that can like strike that balance. So
absolutely, that's definitely something that we need. All right, Chris, you're up next. Give me your thoughts about this rumor.
I mean, like you, Paulie, I'm not too familiar with Dylan O'Brien. I mean, like the first time I heard of him is like when he was going to be announced for this cast.
Yeah,
and,
that's when I first heard of him too.
Yeah, and yeah, up in the Teen Wolf, I haven't seen him in anything. I have nothing to judge upon him. We talk about choices for the role. I say, like I said, I've been campaigning for this kid to play the character, Asa Butterfield, who was in Martin Scorsese's Hugo, and Ender's Game should play the role. He's like the right type to inhabit this character. It's like he's like the right fit for it. You know, he's like an actor who can, you know, possess those qualities we see in Peter Parker and Spider-Man. I mean, that's who I want to see play the character. And one thing that's bugged me in the past, you know, in terms of casting Spider-Man, is they cast these these actors in their mid-20s to play the Spider-Man. And and I often felt that despite their being good in the roles, you know, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, I feel should go with somebody who is a fresh-faced kid, like in their late teens, early 20s, to play the character. That's kind of been my pick. So
I think Dylan O'Brien's in his. I think he's like 21, 22.
Well, I was just gonna say that's why I've been hearing that Logan Lerman and Dylan O'Brien. One of the big reasons both of them are among the favorites to land the role is they're each only 23 years old. They are young.
Yeah, 23. Yeah.
So I think that's a big reason why I'm hearing like their names above all others, like they're the favorite. Although I'm also hearing like Josh Hutcherson of the Hunger Games is being connected to the role. I don't know how credible that is. But what I'm hearing is that Logan Lerman and Dylan O'Brien are the favorites to play Peter Parker.
Play the character. Yeah, he's my choice. Yeah.
Well, because if you think about it, Paul, I mean, so when the first movie comes out, they'll be 25, and then at the end of the trilogy, they'll be 27. So they'll still be young, you know. They'll still be very young. So it's like they're gonna have 3 movies, and they still won't even be close to their 30th birthday. Andrew Garfield was 32 when he played in the Amazing Spider-Man 2. So I mean, it's a little much, you know. Like graduating from high school and you're 32 years old. I mean, you know, that's kind of pushing it, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks young, but still, come on.
Yeah. All right. One other thing last thing I did, because when Chris and I were talking about this, I think on our last Arrow recap special, which you were not here to join us, we've been talking about all the people campaigning for Sony and Marvel to bring in Miles Morales, make him Spider-Man. Chris and I have already talked about it. I think it's a terrible business move on Marvel and Sony's part. Just because, you know, the hardcore fans may know him, but the casual fans don't. Casual fans I've probably only heard of Miles Morales with all this rumor going on. When they think Spider-Man, they think Peter Parker. I'm beating a dead horse. You guys know what I think. You know what Chris thinks. Caleb, what is your reaction to all this campaigning? Would you want to see Miles Morales in now, or would you rather maybe just bring him in later on?
Well, I mean, I am a hardcore comics fan, Paul. You know that. I'm a hardcore super fan. I would like to see Miles Morales. That would be cool. But a lot of people need to realize that Peter Parker is a huge part of Miles Morales' origin story. So, like Peter Parker basically like passes on the mantle to Miles Morales. So you start with Peter Parker, and then maybe after this trilogy, probably, then you pass it on to Miles Morales to a young black actor, you know, and then you have a trilogy with him. You know?
That's right. That is exactly what I have been saying. If you want to bring in Miles Morales, you know what? Great, I'm all for it. Don't do it right away. Start with Peter Parker, and then maybe later on introduce Miles in a small role, then build him up, and then maybe in like the 4th or 5th film, then he could be Spider-Man. But for God's sakes, Marvel, Sony, don't make that bad. But big Spider-Man has to be Peter Parker to start up with. Otherwise, you're going to lose a shit ton of money. I'm calling it right now.
That could be the end of the third movie, Paul, is him passing on the mantle, and then that's who starts out in the you know, that's how you make the new trilogy fresh, you know.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, or they could like maybe just introduce him in the 3rd film and then like build him up through the next trilogy, kind of like him growing up, and then maybe in like a third trilogy, then he's Spider-Man, something like that. But don't bring him in right away. Don't bring him in right away. Bad move. Bad move.
No, I mean, because like I said, we haven't really seen. I mean, listen, I mean, again, I love Spider-Man 2, but we haven't seen a great Peter Parker Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, Spider-Man 2 is close. Again, like I said, it's a great movie. But it's
Absolutely.
not all-time great. It's not like Dark Knight. It's not the Avengers. It's not like Winter Soldier or Guardians. It's not on that level, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, listen, people need to pump the brakes on Miles Morales. I would love to see Miles Morales. Give it time. Let Marvel work their magic. You're going to love these movies because it's made by Marvel, not Sony. I don't care what Sony says. Marvel has creative control. I guarantee
Absolutely.
that. In front of the camera, Marvel's saying, yeah, Sony, you tell them that you're still in charge. Behind the camera, Kevin Feige's going, shut up, sit down, let me take care of this. Y'all done fucked it up, I'm going to fix it. Y'all need to shut the hell up and let me do my thing. You know,
in Feige we trust.
You know that I made 10 movies, that I made 10 movies for $1.5 billion, and they made $8 billion. Y'all see that?
Shut up. Okay, I'll call you. Avengers, Age of Ultron, $3 billion.
I think they can do it.
It's gonna get close for sure. So it's like people need to realize that let Marvel do what they do because now they know what they're doing because they have a plan. They know what they're doing. Yes. So don't worry. I guarantee if it's good for business and they have the right story, they will bring in Miles Morales. You don't have to worry about that. So
all right, guys, that is going to. Chris, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
Also, say like what they're doing, like with Captain America, Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, especially with last night's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they know what they're doing. They're all on the ball at this point.
Be quiet.
Stop watching the damn show, Caleb. For God's sake.
Jesus.
This one's on Netflix. Start watching.
Y'all need to watch Flash and Arrow. That's where it's at.
I already do. Okay? I'm trying to convince you to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because it's fucking awesome.
It is.
All right. Let's ride out, Paul.
All right, so that's gonna do it. That's all the news that's discussed up. Caleb, Chris, thank you very much for joining me for this. This was fun talking about this.
Oh yeah, I like this.
See you later, guys.
All right, guys. So thanks very much for watching. We will see you. Well, Chris and Caleb will see you on Saturday for episode 14. I unfortunately will not be able to join you. So they will see you next Saturday. This Saturday, hopefully, I'll be able to join next Saturday. So thanks for watching. Have a great day, everybody.
See you.
All right.